G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to Aussie Real Talk. Like Chris Pratt, let's strap in and take a look at his latest film, Mercy. Now, increasing competition between streaming services has given rise to more and more high quality television. Series now receive massive budgets, attract bigger stars, and involve top tier creative talent behind the scenes to ensure stories are polished and widely appealing. With so many strong options available at home, fewer audiences are rushing out to the cinema. People know they can find just as compelling entertainment on their couch, and they know most films will hit streaming sooner rather than later. Add rising ticket prices into the mix, and it becomes clear that theatrical releases now need to justify themselves. They need to feel like experiences. Movies that demand to be seen on the big screen, not watched on a phone while eating dinner. So the question is simple. Does Mercy do that? No. Unfortunately, the answer is no. The film centers on Chris Pratt's character, Chris Raven, what a name, who has been accused of murdering his wife. The story unfolds over 90 minutes in real time as he attempts to prove his innocence to a futuristic AI judge, played by Rebecca Ferguson. Raven is strapped to a chair and given access to vast amounts of digital information, photos, CCTV, body cam footage, personal phone data, social media, security records, everything he might need to cast doubt on a guilty verdict. If he can't get his guilt level below 92%, he's dead. He's also allowed to contact colleagues, friends, and family members to help provide evidence or character references, which allows for a rotating supporting cast to drift in and out of the story, none of which you really care about, and their performances aren't amazing. Getting into the true positives though, the performances from Pratt and Ferguson are really solid. Roughly 90% of the film consists of close-ups of these two, so every facial expression and emotional beat matters, and both actors commit fully. That said, the writing lets them down. Ferguson's AI judge in particular feels inconsistently written, with motives, protocols, and choices that shift whenever the script needs them to, without much depth or logic to support those changes. Visually, the CGI effects used during Raven's investigation offer some interesting moments. At times, they resemble the crime reconstruction sequences from the Batman Arkham video games. The futuristic technology on display also recalls drones and transportation from the Watch Dogs franchise. It all looks good, but unfortunately, none of it feels new or particularly inspired. The pacing is where the film really struggles. It drags, to the point where you might want to check how much time is left, but luckily the movie does that for you. The 90-minute countdown is displayed in real time, which is honestly very considerate. The first two acts, where Pratt essentially plays a mix of Batman and Alfred while analysing footage and piecing together evidence, have their moments. The third act, however, overstays its welcome. It strays from the simplicity of the original setup, runs far too long, and introduces several convoluted plot holes that completely pull you out of the film. The twists are predictable, relying on familiar murder mystery tropes, and a few oddly placed lines of dialogues all but spell out where the story is heading. Do you need to pay money to see this in cinemas? Absolutely not. There's not enough intrigue or spectacle here to justify the price of admission. This is a couch movie, plain and simple. Given how many smaller screens we watch Chris Pratt scrutinise over throughout the film, I'd suggest watching it on your TV, not your phone. Real talk, Mercy feels like an over-bloated episode of Black Mirror, a film that belongs on streaming due to its limited scope and lack of cinematic impact. Pratt and Ferguson do what they can, but their performances aren't enough to save a story that never fully engages. Films that play out in real time are supposed to feel like short, intense rides. Instead, Mercy makes you feel like you're stuck in the chair alongside Pratt, wanting to leave almost as badly as he does. For Chris Pratt, this is a step up from his last film, an actual streaming movie, The Electric State. But the Hollywood star who gave us Star-Lord and Owen Grady needs something stronger than this. Mercy gets a 2 out of 5 from Aussie Real Talk. Thanks for listening. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Chris Pratt movie is, and whether you'd rather see him stick to franchises or take more swings at original material like this. If you enjoyed the review, throw us a like and be sure to subscribe for more to come. Cheers.